معكم مشرفة اللغة الإنجليزية عبير الحميدي. We're going to take Traveler 1, Module 4 of this lesson, which is for C. Now in the previous lesson, we tried to make predictions about the future. And in this lesson, we're going to use abbreviations. We're going to try to differentiate between adverb and adjective. And we're going to use to and enough. Okay. Now, in your book, you have certain abbreviation, and I want you to try to guess what does that mean. If you have, for example, these words, what do you think they stand for? What does it mean? Do you have any idea? Do you have an abbreviation that you use? An abbreviation means that you have a very short version of the same word. For example, if you write, for example, your initial, just 1 or 2 letters of the same word. Where do you use that? If you find these abbreviations, do you use them in your daily life? Do you see them on TV, on different, for example, posters? Where do you usually see them? And why do you think we use abbreviation? Now, first of all, if I want to use abbreviation, usually I use it for notes and messages. Now, if I'm writing a note or I'm leaving a note on the fridge or to my friend, or I'm writing a message to my friend, I usually write just, for example, a very short version of what I'm saying. Now, it has to be clear. You have to give that clear message, like you want her to for example, wait for you, or take something, or not, for example, leave the house until you come, and so on. Also, it has to be short, and you have to use only necessary words, just words that you want her to understand. You don't use, for example, articles, or you put, for example, prepositions, or you have full stop, and no, it's just short, and it has to be clear, and you just want her to receive the message. Now, we have examples. For example, ST in your book means street. If you have, for example, street. If you have ASAP, they say it all the time in the conversations. It means as soon as possible. If you have, for example, RD at the end of names of roads, for example, you say it's means a road. For example, if you have PTO, usually you have it at the end of papers. It means please turn over. This is, for example, I'm just going through the ones that you have in your book. MIN, minutes. You have HR, means hour. You have NO, full stop. It means it's number 1. Usually have it before a list. If you have, for example, TEL, it means it's a telephone. If you have EG, it means, for example. If you have DR, of course, before a name of a doctor. If you have K and G, usually have that in the supermarket. It means kilogram. If you have, now it's names of months, of course, I think you're familiar with that. When it comes to days and months, you have MON, means Monday. And if it's SPT, it means it's September. Of course, these are only examples. You have other abbreviations. At the end of your book, we're going to mention the passage or the page when we come to it. Now, for example, here, 79. It's very small because, you know, I'm just giving you an example. But in your book, you have like time to go through the abbreviations. If you want to use them in your notes, your messages, if you want to, for example, to send something to your friend, or just use it in your daily routine, you have the right abbreviation here. Of course, there are other abbreviations. If you feel like I need an abbreviation, it's not there, you can look in other dictionaries. Usually they have it at the beginning of a dictionary, whether it's a digital dictionary or the form, the book note. Okay, now this is how you use abbreviation if you want to use it in notes or if you want to use it in your messages. Okay, now let's go to the second part of our lesson, which is differentiate between adverb and adjective. Now, if I ask you, what is the difference between adjective and adverb? When I say, for example, here you have 2 examples. This is an easy exercise. I can do it easily. Number 2, Jack is a bad person. He treats people badly. And I want you to think about the meaning. Which one describes the noun? Which one describes the action, the manner that it's been done? Which one is describing a noun? Like, for example, the exercise itself, the noun, is easy. But how do you do it? I can do it easily. If I say Jack, when I don't like negative adjectives, but this is a sentence in your book, they say Jack is a bad person. So the noun here, person, is described as bad, which is, it refers to Jack. Now, the way he treats people, the way he handles things is badly. Now, for you to understand that, if you have any, if you define the nouns, if you're giving it, this is something that I'm giving to the noun. I'm differentiating that person. I'm saying it's easy, it's big, it's small, it's huge, expensive. These are adjectives. You are describing nouns, okay? But when I say I'm walking slowly, I'm eating, for example, I'm reading, for example, I'm walking slowly or eating quickly, or if you have that and you're describing how you do things, it's an adverb. Now, here in your book, they have two spaces. They say space and space are adjectives. Of course, from the example, we have easy and you have bad. They are adjectives. From the same example, easily and badly are adverbs. Now let's go to the second part, the very important part. If I want to form adverbs, they're very easy. All you have to do is add ly to the adjective. For example, as you can see, bad, how did you make the adverb? You added ly and it becomes badly. This is the adverb from bad. Now look at easy. It has a y at the end. And I want to add another ly. Do I add another ly? From the book, you can see an I here. So what did I do? I omitted, or I dropped the y, and then I changed it into an I, okay? Then you add ly, okay? This is how you do it. You add ly to the adjective, and they become adverb. Now, do you remember the adjectives that we took before? We took three forms. The third one was irregular adjectives. Today also we have irregular adverbs. Now, in this case, they gave you two types. Good, for example. This is an adjective. If I say, this is a good restaurant, this is a good place, this is a good city, for example. If I want to change it into an adverb, I cannot just add, look at good, I cannot add ly. Now, what happened? It changed. If I want the form of an adverb of good, I have to say well. If I say, for example, Noura is a good person, Ahmed is a good student, for example, he does his exercises or his test, for example, he has let's say he writes well, for example, or he performs well. So you have, this is very important, you have to use well if you want the adverb from good. Now, another interesting idea about the other adjectives, the irregular ones, you have fast and you have late, I want you to notice, and you have early. Are they different? Fast, the adjective, the adverb fast. Late, she's late. Okay, you have also late. Early, what did you do? Nothing. These are irregular adverbs. If you want to use them as adjectives, you use them in the same form and also as adverbs. We have examples in the exercise. We're going to go through them, but these are the irregular, very important, because most of the irregular forms are not known. That's why they put it here for you in a box, so you don't misunderstand, or you don't add an y to it, because they are irregular adverbs. Okay, here you have an exercise in your book. They want you to circle the correct word, and I think it's misplaced. So I'm going to do it with you orally. Your brother, and I want you to listen to what I'm describing. Your brother paints. This is his painting, not your brother the way he does things. Like he paints. Do you think beautiful, the adjective, or beautifully, the adverb? Number two, yes, he's very good. He is the person. You're describing the noun. Or he is well. The third sentence. Do you paint good or do you paint well too? Also, you're describing the painting, the way you do things. No, I don't. Now, the other sentence, John drives, the driving, I'm describing the manner. John drives very bad or very badly. Okay, am I describing adjective or describing a noun or the manner? I know he's dangerous. He is the person, or he's dangerously. Okay, and you know he passed his driving test easy or easily. He passed, the passing, the manner of his passing was easy or easily. And the answer, of course, you're joking. Now, number one, the paints. Here, this is just a reminder. Adjectives, they define nouns, and adverbs describe how something happens. Now, this is the line that I told you about. It's far away from the answer. The answer is beautifully. He paints beautifully. This is how he does things. Okay? Number two, you have, do you, here, yes, he's very good. He is good. So I'm describing him. I'm describing the noun. So he is good. This is the choice number one. Do you paint good or do you paint well? Also, I'm describing the way he paints, the manner. So do you paint well? Well here. Number two, John drives. I'm describing his driving. Do you think it's bad, the adjective, or badly? Of course, it's badly. I know he's dangerous. He is the one. I'm describing him, the noun. He's dangerous or he's dangerously? He is dangerous. And the last word, sentence, or the last choice. And you know, he passed his drive test easy. The passing of his driving was easy or easily? It's easily. So I'm going to say the answers again. I'm sorry for the misplace of the lines. The first one, he paints beautifully. Number two, he is very good. Number three, do you paint well? And number four, drives very badly. Number five, he's dangerous. And number six, he passed his driving test easily. Okay? These are the answers. And this is just a reminder for you. Always connect the adjective or the adverb to the meaning of the sentence. Am I describing the noun? I'm defining the noun, or I'm describing how something happened. It will be, you will answer it in a it will be easier for you to choose. Now, the last one, the last part, we're going to differentiate or use to and enough. Now, I want you to look at the sentence before we go through the answers. They say, read the dialogue below between the two people and complete the rule. They want you to complete the rules. Here, the rule, you have the use of the to and enough. Let's try to analyze the sentence. He says, oh no, you're too late. You've missed the bus, or we've missed the bus. Don't worry, I have enough money for a taxi. No, it's okay. We can take the underground to the city center. We will get there early enough to watch the graduation ceremony. Now he says, they want you to put here. They want you to put to or enough. If you put to or enough plus the adjective and adverb, it means, do I put enough before adjectives or before adverb? Do I put to? Let's look at number one, too late. Okay, so it's preceding late. Number two, you have enough money. Money here, what does it mean? And last one, early enough. Now she is late. Okay, it's an adjective. I am late. To can precede an adjective and an adverb. Now you have enough money. So you have, for example, money. The answer is number three. So I'm going to pass that. Early enough. So you have enough, but it's precise. You have to have it after the adjective and adverb, so that you can precedes the adverb and adjective precedes enough. This is number two. And here, you can have enough with nouns like enough money, enough time. Okay? Now, what does that mean? What does it mean, to and enough? Usually, when we have to and enough, number one, we use to before adjectives and adverbs. Okay? This has been decided. I can use it before. You can say too big, adjective. I can say too far. I can say too early. So adjective and adverb. Okay? What does it mean? When I say I have too big, this is too big for me. This is too expensive. The school is too far. You came to school, oh, this is too early. Usually it has negative meaning. It means more than necessary, more than I should have, or more than I need to. When I say it's too big, this is too big, it means it's a negative thing about that. For example, dress or house. If the school is too far, it means I can't go there. It's so far from my home. So it's not a good thing. It's too early, like 2 hours before the event or the lecture. So this is a negative. So usually when you have to before the adjective or adverb, it means that you're giving it a negative vibe, a negative, for example, meaning. Number two, when we use enough after adjectives and adverbs, okay, this is very important. I use it after. But when you have a noun, like remember, enough money, okay, you say here in that position, it means it's a positive thing. Like, I have enough money. It means I'm not short. I have all the money I need. I have enough food in my house. It means it's going to be okay for all of us. We can share the food. I have enough space. It means I have the amount of space that I need. So it's good. So it's a good thing. Okay? So I want you to differentiate between these. Like enough food or warm enough. Enough food here, this is the noun. It precedes a noun, like enough food. This is a good thing. But when you use enough, you have the adverb or the adjective before enough. You say warm enough, good enough, expensive enough, and so on. Okay? Now, in your book, you have these exercises. They want you to choose, and I'm sorry again for the misplace of the lines, but I'm going to do it with you one by one so you can answer in your book. In the sentence, they want you to choose what does it mean, the meaning of that, to or enough. I want you to listen to my sentence, to how I explain. What does too late mean? For example, if I say, I came to school, it was too late for the first lecture. What does it mean, too late? Do you think I came on time or not on time? Too late. Too late. Not just late, too late. It means not on time. B. What does enough money? If I go to the supermarket or the shopping center and someone asks your mother or your father, do you have enough money? You said, yes, I have enough money. It means that you can't afford it or you can afford it. I mean, you have what it takes. Yes, you can afford it. Of course, this is misplaced. It's A. What does early enough mean? When I say I came, it's early enough. It means they won't be late or they will be late. The first choice, they won't be late. So the first one, B. Second one, you have A. The third one, you have A. Okay? Now, if you have these sentences, in your book you have these sentences, you have that, for example, shirt or jacket, and it's 300 pound, okay? I can't buy it. You cannot buy that. In the second one, you look at the girl's face, so small, and look at the hat. This hat doesn't fit her. It's too big or too smaller. These are the sentences. The first one, it's too expensive. It isn't cheap enough. The second one, it's too big. It isn't small enough. These are the answers. Okay? Thank you so much. These are you can go to the book and read more examples, and that's it. Thank you so much.